Dragon Ball has one of the most perfect, the most tactical, and most insanely powerful androids that I have ever seen in any franchise. This video will be featuring most of your favorite androids, and I will be ranking them from the weakest to the strongest.
Is that what you want, free will boy? Don't you lecture me with your $30 haircut. Goku dies.
We'll see, you red ribbon redneck.
Now, kicking off the video with a real powerhouse here. On number 10, we have Super Android 13. This guy over here was a menace, strength-wise and verbally. He was introduced in the Dragon Ball Z Super Android 13 movie back in the 90s, and when he fused with some components from Android 14 and 15, his power increased dramatically, and none of the Z fighters could handle him. Vegeta, Trunks, Piccolo, and even Goku. The whole lot of them were getting ran through by this guy. Bro, even Goku's future kids were not safe from this guy. And keep in mind that even without the fusion, he was still giving Goku a run for his money. Goku could barely keep up with him. Literally, Super Saiyan was useless. In fact, he was so powerful that Goku had to resort to a spirit bomb technique, which Goku knew himself that it alone wouldn't be enough. So he absorbed all the energy from it, combined it with his Super Saiyan in order to one-shot this powerful menace created by Dr. Jiro's computer. The scene itself was insane, beautiful, and kinda terrifying how strong Goku became, because I do not think we have ever seen a punch that is so strong that it disintegrated its opponent like that. So yeah, I think it's clear to most of us that Android 13 was so strong that not even a normal Super Saiyan could take him on. And this Super Saiyan was able to wear down Frieza and actually defeat him. Goku definitely needed that little bit of extra, and that is why Super Android 13 makes it on this list. Also, regarding the original dub for this movie, I think we can all agree that this was a godsend. It was just perfect. 10th place goes to Super Android 13.
16? It's you! I don't believe it! How did you manage to get him off of me?
I used one of my hard punches.
And on 9th place, we have Android 16. 16 was introduced to us back in Dragon Ball Z, and for the most part, he seemed to be peaceful, whose only intention was to kill Goku. For the most part, he didn't engage in any battle activities. In fact, even Android 17 believed that he was stronger than 16, but he was also curious to why that they were warned to never release him by Dr. Jiro, and to actually how powerful this big guy was, and the answers to his questions were soon answered when 16 decided to engage First Form Cell. According to Android 16's calculations, he and Cell were on equal footing and was able to take Cell on, who was actually stronger than the Piccolo fused with Kami. Android 16's main fighting special moves were the Rocket Punch and the Hell's Flash. My boy really gave Cell the Hell's Flash treatment. This was satisfying, not gonna lie. Though no matter how strong Android 16 seemed to be, he still had his limits, and unfortunately they were painfully made aware to us when Cell entered his second form. Android 16 literally couldn't do anything to this man and suffered some heavy damage. In simple conclusion, he is a powerful android with limits. I doubt that he can even get stronger even if he trained. But hey, I could be wrong for this one, don't take my word for it. And on 9th place, we have Android 16. Coming up at number 8 on this list of mine over here, I have placed Android 73 from the Dragon Ball Super manga Moro arc. This guy hasn't been animated yet, unfortunately, but we get to see how strong of a character he is in the manga. His appearance is very similar to his, and unlike him, his skin is aquamarine and has 3 blue gems on the top of his forehead. In addition to having unlimited stamina, he can stop people's abilities in the gems on his forehead. He does this by grabbing his opponents on the back of their necks, and we get to see him copy several abilities such as invisibility that he used to sneak upon Gohan and Piccolo, Piccolo's special beam cannon, and Piccolo's giant form. Also, in the manga, Jaco states that even without these abilities, he is actually really strong, but Android 17 disagrees and states that he thinks that he is actually pretty weak. I am actually with Android 17 on this one. He is a powerful character, but he relies too much on copying and using other people's abilities, and the requirement of that he has to get people at the back of their necks isn't selling it to me. In Dragon Ball, there is lots of powerful fighters, and against the dangerous opponent, he definitely will get cooked. Additionally, I have never been a fan of the whole copycat thing. So on number 8, we have Android 73.
My aim is as good as ever. It's so good to be back.
Now this one might shock some of you, because on number 7, I have Perfect Cell. Perfect Cell is the ultimate life form created by Dr. Jiro, designed via cell recombination using the genetics of the greatest fighters in the world. He had the genetics of a lot of powerful people, including Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, Frieza, and King Cold in his first form. After absorbing a lot of people, he became even stronger than the Piccolo fused with Kami. In his second form, he bodied Android 16 with ease, and after he attained his perfect form, after absorbing his final piece, Android 18, he made Super Vegeta stop thinking that he is him, and then proceeded to body him like he's some kind of a child. We all know that this man Vegeta deserved it, but the only time we actually get to see and test the limits of this perfect being was in his fight against Goku. This man Goku really did it and ascended above a regular Super Saiyan. He was able to push Cell to his limits unlike Vegeta. By the way, this was one of the best fights, if not the best fight, in the whole entirety of DBZ, as Super Saiyan 2 Gohan was able to decimate Cell and prove his dad right to believe in him. So I'm guessing we should all forget about the whole sense of being moment, right? To summarize it, Cell got desperate, blew himself up, and came back even stronger than before. I believe he became stronger because of the Saiyan cells that were embedded into his being. His near-death experience prompted him into getting stronger, while also memorizing new techniques such as the instant transmission. He really did just become stronger than a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Honestly, his regeneration abilities plus the Saiyan cells embedded into him, there is no telling how much stronger he can become. Some will disagree with this, but I think that is why he is better than Android 73. Perfect Cell is on 7th place. On number 6, we have Android 18. Yes, she is above Cell. Cell might have been way stronger than her in the past, but not to this new and improved 18. In my previous video, I mentioned a lot of her DBZ feats, but in this one, we'll just get right to the point and talk about how strong currently she is in Dragon Ball Super. Her and her twin brother really surprised a lot of us at how much stronger they had become in the Tournament of Power, as they had been eliminating a lot of powerful individuals. These androids really know how to utilize their infinite stamina abilities really well to their advantage, and are really smart with it. She was her most impressive in her fight against Rubrienne the Chateau, where she showed us that she can block a punch from her when she was in her giant state, and not just block it, she shattered it. Her speed and strength was mostly displayed for us in this tournament, and she was able to overpower and defeat Rubrienne. She's also showed us that she's also quite impressive in the manga. Nonetheless, this individual with great intuition and skills takes the number 6 spot on this list. We have made it to the top 5 of this video, and on number 5 we have Android 17. Android 17, the MVP of the Tournament of Power. Alright, this guy over here was able to take on Goku in his Super Saiyan Blue form. Apparently this was because of some off-screen training. I do not know what kind of off-screen training he was participating in. Was he fighting more than just animal poachers? Besides that, we cannot deny the fact that he was going toe-to-toe with a Super Saiyan Blue Goku. Even if you argue that it was a weaker version of Super Saiyan Blue, you just cannot deny this. Just like Android 17, we all know that he has infinite stamina, but unlike her, he has extra useful abilities, such as his Android Barrier. This technique is more useful than it looks, and has helped him even wound powerful opponents like Jiren, and help him get to Agnilasa's core. That moment for me was the moment Android 17 attained his MVP title from me. I just love this character, man. So on number 5, we have Android 17.
Look, there she is.
So you're finally here! Well, it's about time. You didn't mean to starve me, you know. I've always been ready to devour you all.
On number 4, we have Android 21. This character is strictly a video game character called Dragon Ball FighterZ. Y'all should know by now that I don't typically add non-canon characters to these lists, but this time I made an exception to that rule. She makes it on this list because she has the DNA of Earth's strongest fighters, including Majin Buu. With this, she has access to a couple of abilities that we are familiar with, such as regeneration, solar flare, instant transmission, and the Kamehameha. I think that Android 21's hunger could be the result of her unique combination of the Majin and Saiyan cells, and her evil persona may have been influenced by the combination of cells from Frieza, Cell, and Kid Buu. However the case, she can increase her power by absorbing other life forms, and she does this by turning them into sweets and then eating them. In the Super Warrior arc, she was able to easily defeat Cell without even using the other half of her power, and this is just one of the other many reasons of why she is one of the strongest androids to have ever been created by Dr. Jiro. This actually could be his best work. Honestly, with these many cells in her, this android has way too many abilities to mention, but with a great offensive powers and abilities to keep getting stronger, including her excellent survivability and endurance thanks to the cells from Frieza, Cell and Kid Buu. She snatches the number 4 spot. Also, some of y'all motherfuckers better relax. She's not even 10 years of age yet. And on third place, we have the Gamma Androids 1 and 2. These androids were created by the genius scientist Dr. Hiro, and they use some sort of guns or blasters as weapons. The first time we actually see one of these androids engage in any sort of battle was in Gamma Android 2's fight against Piccolo. He didn't necessarily defeat him, but he outscaled and overpowered him. I think power level or strength wise, they are just around Ultimate Gohan's power, or maybe just a little bit below him, just because we all saw that Gohan had the edge over Gamma 1 after he transformed. By the way, regarding the Ultimate Gohan versus Super Saiyan 3 debate, it's already been stated in the manga that Ultimate Gohan is way stronger. So yeah, that should help some of y'all understand how much stronger these androids are. It literally took Piccolo getting a new form in order to defeat Gamma Android 2. Orange Piccolo was just that guy. I mean, y'all did saw what Gamma 2's core breaker did to Cellmax's arm. It literally disintegrated it. Third place goes to the Gammas, the monster who lurks in the shadows and was solely created to become the perfect android, makes his debut on this list. And on number 2, we have Cellmax. Cellmax is literally the ultimate android ever created in Dragon Ball by Dr. Hiro, but unfortunately he was released before he was completed. So we got the dumb version of Cellmax, who was undeniably tremendously powerful. It's like giving power to an angry baby, because as soon as he was released, everyone was his enemy. We even get to see him overpower Orange Piccolo and give him a harsh beating to the point where blood even returned to the series. Even most attacks they tried on this monster didn't even make it flinch. I'm sorry, but this android is just that strong. Now imagine how much stronger he would have became if he was actually complete. I honestly believe he would even body Goku and Vegeta. Perfect Cellmax with brains would be a nightmare to fight. On second place, we have Cellmax. Hold on, Cellmax isn't on number 1? Then who could possibly be the strongest android in Dragon Ball then? On first place, we have Super 17. Now, I know most of y'all are already jumping into the comments, but I think something might be wrong with your opinion if you think the brainless monster topples this behemoth. Super 17 is the fusion of Android 17 and Hellfighter 17, created by the evil scientists Dr. Jiro and Dr. Mew. In his fight against Goku, we saw that he grew stronger as he absorbs key beast attacks. He even was able to absorb Goku's ×10 Kamehameha. What makes him so scary and dangerous is his absorption ability that can even enable him to grow even stronger than his opponents. This ability is just that good. I will disagree with anything y'all comment. You cannot deny this guy's power. This guy bodies Cellmax. This one ability was a mistake. The limit to how much he can absorb is unknown, if there actually is a limit. However, this leaves him open to physical attacks, and that is how Goku and Android 18 were finally able to put an end to him. Cellmax is the ultimate android, but I gave the number 1 spot to Super 17 solely because of his potential to grow even stronger than Cellmax. We have made it to the end of this video, and I just want to say before I end this video, rest in peace to Akira Toriyama. This man has had heavy influence over my life. Dragon Ball has helped me even at my most lowest of times. I am grateful. Also, I'd appreciate it if y'all subscribed. The goal is to reach 2,000 subscribers. I don't know if we can do it, but we can try. Alright guys, I'll see y'all in the next one.